Hi, this is Darren Simpson from The Breakfast Express on 947. You watching Joburg Today.
Hello and welcome to Joburg Today. My name is Untitled Chapter, bringing you the best of what's going down in and around Johannesburg. Known as the First Lady of Sports in South Africa, Tshabalala has been in the industry for 16 years and has made her mark globally. We got a chance to catch up with her and find out a bit more about her life in a male-dominated industry and her passion for sports.
Known as the First Lady of Sports, who has been in the industry for more than 15 years, we take a look at Tshabalala behind the scenes as she tells us about her life on and off camera.
Tshabalala is a mother, first and foremost, a mother of 3 boys. And even though people know me as the First Lady of Sports and someone that's really passionate about sports, I'm also a girly girl. That's what I mean. I've got my heels on. I wear my wedges pitch side. And, you can see, I do my hair. I love having a little bit of color as well on the show. And I think that's one thing that really stands out with female sportscasters is that we bring some color, something a little bit different to the game.
Coming from a family that loves sports, it was only natural for her to follow her passion.
Look, I grew up in a family that's really crazy about sports. So, the sport bug has always been in my blood from when I was young, growing up in Soweto, Pimville, particularly football. We used to follow that so much. And I just think it's that love that it's only grown in stature. It's only gotten so much more intense now with the job that I do, because it's now part of my everyday life.
Through her journey starting out, Carol had challenges as the only woman in a very male-dominated industry.
I think some of the challenges as a female sportscaster, many of the challenges came when I was still starting out in the industry because there were so few women in the industry, and obviously I had to prove myself because people naturally thought that you didn't have the knowledge, of the game. And, as a sportscaster, you're seen as an authority. So you need to tell the viewer, you need to tell the sports fans so much more than they already know. And they know a lot. So yeah, it was challenging just to break in and to be taken seriously.
She mentions that 2017 will be a big year for her and also gives advice to people who want to be in the industry.
Big year, 2017. Obviously, a lot of focus is on Russia. We're getting ready for the World Cup next year. Can't believe it's literally just around the corner. We've got the FIFA Confederations Cup that's coming up, so lots of excitement about that. I'll clearly be working on those games. And look at how the year started off with the Africa Cup of Nations. This is the biggest tournament in Africa, so that's been really exciting. In terms of basketball, we've got NBA All-Star Weekend back in New Orleans. I'm going to be there with the family, with my boys. So I'm really excited about that. What else is happening? Having joined Premier League Productions last year, my duties are going to continue this year. Every single month I'll be going out to London, and you'll see my duties only being added on to. So I'll be doing more shows, a lot of big interviews as well, particularly African footballers that are playing in the Premier League. So it's another big year. I think for a lot of the ladies that also now want to become a part of this industry, I want to say that you definitely have a place. As I said, for ladies, we're something refreshing and something so different. The most important thing is having a passion and a real knowledge for the game, and that's the only way that you're going to have staying power.
As we have learned more about Carol, we are sure to live by her words. Seize the moment, seize the day. Take every opportunity given and use it to the fullest potential. I'm Pomasheho for Joburg Today.
Hey everyone, my name is Untitled Chapter and you're watching Joburg Today.
Like us on Facebook, joburgtoday.tv, and follow us on Twitter at Joburg Today. As the saying goes, laughter is the best medicine, and Jason Goliath is the perfect prescription. We check out his story on TMO Live.
Upstairs, we're going to have some seating. For those of you that enjoy fine whiskies and cigars, there's a full whiskey and cigar lounge being put in. Just for gentlemen basically like yourself, I can see you have a cigar in your pocket. I hope it's a cigar.
Well, hi, I'm Jason Goliath, South African comedian. Full stop, that's it.
Welcome, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
We'll start at the very beginning.
Yes.
How did you get into comedy?
Man, it's a weird story. So, I owned an insurance brokerage. I did a lot of marketing. I did a lot of business kind of in my 20s. And I did well. I made a lot of money. And then out of nowhere, 2008 hit, my business went under and I lost everything. It was literally just liquidation. And I then decided that instead of chasing money, maybe I should chase this passion that had kind of been niggling in the back of my mind. And I initially set out not to do comedy, but to do a little bit of acting and a bit of presenting. So a friend of mine owned an ad agency, a talent agency called Legends, and Pedro said to me, come through, register, go for a few auditions and see what happens. And then I just got very lucky with auditions. And before you knew it, I was nailing a couple of ads. And then I met a guy named Sivingesi while shooting a big beer commercial, and he said, dude, you're very funny, you should try stand-up comedy. I had a conversation with Goliath a few weeks later about that. The next thing you know, we're trying this thing, and my life changed. 3rd of July 2011, comedy changed my life.
You've come a long way since then.
Oh man, it's been the best 5 years of my life, without doubt.
What is the secret to your success? What does it take to be a great comedian?
Well, those are two very, very different questions. So I think the secret to my success is that my equation reads, happiness creates success, and I chase the happy. Happiness has become the most important part of my life, and I'm fortunate enough and conscious enough to be aware of how blessed I am to do the thing that makes me happy, and that's all I do. I just do the thing that makes me happy as much as I can, and I found ways to monetize it. What makes you a great comedian? I think firstly you have to be funny. I think that's a very, very important fact. A lot of people kind of say, no, you can learn to be funny. But I think at your gut and at your core, you have to be funny. And I'll tell you why. Because if you're funny people are funny because they enjoy making other people laugh. Anybody can make somebody laugh, but funny people kind of tend to go out of their way. Like for me, if I'm in a queue at a shopping center, I like to make the cashier laugh. I like to make anybody I engage with laugh, because making people laugh is something that makes me very, very happy. So that's number one. Number two, obviously, I think you need to create your own material. That's very, very important. Comedians take plagiarism very, very seriously. And then you have to be willing to do it for free. You have to love it that much. So when I go on holiday, and a lot of my comedian friends that I know, when you go on holiday, the first thing you do is not figure out where the beach or where the restaurant is. The first thing you do is figure out if there's any comedy happening in this new area that you haven't been playing in, and try your best to jump on stage. And it's literally, the best comedians I know can't feel uncomfortable sitting in a room where the audience is on fire, the show's on fire, because they want to get a piece of that action, they want to get on stage. So the trick for me is write your own material, be funny, and be willing to do it for free. If you're good, you're not going to have to do it for free, but be willing to do it for free. So don't start. Too many young guys, you see Trevor Noah, he's making the big time, and now people go, oh my God, I'm going to get rich doing comedy. If you start on that foot, I feel like you've already lost the battle. You've got to start doing comedy because you love comedy. Singers normally start singing before they speak. And then because they're so good and so passionate, it becomes a career. You don't kind of wake up one day with a 50% okay voice and go, I'm going to be rich and famous. I feel the best singers are guys that have been doing it forever, and comedy for me feels about the same.
That's all for today. For more on the city, do check out our playlist. From myself, Dumi Nhlapo, and the Joburg Today crew, it's goodbye.